Do you find yourself worrying after a breakup? Especially things you shouldn't be worrying about, like, will I ever find someone new? Are they thinking about me? Are they moving on? Am I not moving on quick enough? Things like that. Well, if you do, this video is for you. So when you go through a breakup, there's a lot of things you tend to worry about because your brain just wants to overthink. Your brain, for some reason, thinks if you overthink the problem, you'll find a solution, when it's usually the exact opposite. The less you think about the problem, the less you worry about the problem, the faster you find a solution because you're just in this flow state then. Think about every time you've just been in extreme confidence and things are just working out for you. What were you thinking about? You probably weren't thinking about anything. So you have to remember the universe always removes what is not for you. So that alone is reason enough not to worry. Because the universe said this person was not for you, especially if they were toxic and they were sending your nervous system into a spiral. If you weren't eating as much or you were overeating, you were constantly worried, constantly anxious, had all these emotions you were going through all the time, like you just knew this wasn't right. This isn't how love is supposed to be. This isn't how I'm supposed to feel. And the universe saw that and said, we're going to remove this person from your life. Whether you ended it or they ended it, the universe saw it and said, no, you deserve better. You deserve better than this. We're going to give you better. But you need to stop worrying. You need to stop worrying about things and let us figure it out. The universe will figure everything out. You have to believe that. You have to trust that. I have been through this firsthand. I have been through breakups from like, oh my God, I'm never going to find someone new. And all of a sudden, a month later, all of a sudden, someone just randomly comes into my life, and you really got to make sure you heal the right way though, because what happens is if you try to find someone new too soon, you try to create new meaning with someone else instead of creating meaning within yourself, you tend to attract the same person. So be careful of that. But one of the big things a lot of people worry about, one of the things I used to worry about, is, am I ever going to find someone new? And I want you to think about this question for a minute. Will you ever find someone new? Now, if you were to just spend just 1 month, maybe 2 months, just working on yourself, bettering yourself, focusing on yourself, how could you not? How could you not find someone not only new, but also better? What if I were to give you a guarantee right now, in 3 months, in 3 months, if you work on yourself, you're going to find someone who's better for you, who you love even more, and just makes you feel loved, whole, and complete. If I gave you that guarantee right now, would you stop worrying you weren't going to find someone new? Probably not. And that's the thing. If you just do those things, you will just naturally attract someone better. You'll naturally just raise your vibration, and someone will come to you with the same vibration. Because that person, that ex, that toxic ex, they are now the past. And that was a past version of yourself that attracted that person. So you have two options. You can upward spiral and find someone better, or you can spend all your time worrying and not better yourself and attract the same person. What what would you choose? What do you want? Another thing people tend to worry about is they worry their partner moved on. And whether or not they moved on, it doesn't matter. Like I said, their old energy is in the past. They no longer concern you, especially if they were toxic. If they were toxic and they didn't treat you good, they didn't choose you, you were always going out of your way for them, they were never going out of their way for you, they had a victim mentality, everything was your fault, you could never do anything right. Who cares if they moved on? It's easier said than done. I get it. I get it because a part of you wants to just be like, you want to just see them come back. You want to just see them come back and beg for you back. And I get it because I've been there, but here's the deal. I've been there. I've had the ex come and beg for me back. But there can be deception. I was seeing someone. I was seeing someone. It wasn't super serious, but I was seeing someone. And I had an ex come back in my life, very toxic ex, and she begged for me for 3 weeks. Please take me back. Things will be different. I've changed. I've learned so much. She said everything I wanted to hear. I mean, everything you can imagine you want to hear from an ex. I heard it. What happened? I was a fool. I was a fool. And I left the person I was with to be with them. Not even a week into it, same patterns started occurring. Same thing. She's just being shady, and I could tell there was something going on. And I asked her about it, and she just didn't respond. I just blocked her. I'm like, I'm done with this. This is old energy. This is old. This is in the past. I saw I saw the message the universe was giving me. I saw the lesson the universe was giving me, and it's a hard lesson to learn because you'd like to think people are good, and you'd like to think people aren't so shady that they could do something like that to try to manipulate you, get you to leave. So no, this was my fault. I'm not gonna put it all on her. I I let her come back to my life. That's on me. That's on me. I should have blocked her. And I have a video about why you need to block your toxic ex. Because I don't want to happen to you what happened to me. Because it make things that much worse. Especially when you've started to heal, you've moved on, you're feeling good, and then they come back and just throw a wrench in things. And like I said, if you're not strong enough, if you know you're not going to be strong enough to say no when they come back, block them. Because some people just have those people. I have that person, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. Because some people just hit those abandonment wounds and those inner child wounds that where you're fighting for your parents' love. And you're always in a way, even if you heal, even if you move on, there's a part of you that wants to just fight for that love and just show your inner child like, yeah, I was worthy of that love, but here's the deal. You're already worthy of that love. You can give your inner child that love by just checking in on them every day, nurturing them, hugging them, holding, just pretending to be there, giving them space. And this will just give you a warm, loving feeling, and it'll radiate throughout your entire life. Another thing people worry about, worrying they could have done something different. Now, if you had a partner who was really good for you, no, I've been there. I've had that. I went through a breakup. I dated a girl, no, and she was really good for me. I wasn't a good partner, and I didn't do all I could. And afterwards, I really had to reflect on it. And this was a lesson for me from the universe that I needed to be a better partner. I needed to be a better person. And ever since that relationship, now every time I go into a relationship, I tell myself I'm gonna give myself I'm gonna give 100%. I'm gonna make sure I can do everything I can to know I did everything right. Now, if the person was toxic, they had BPD, they had they're narcissistic, they were just toxic in general. There's probably nothing you could have did different. There's nothing you could have did different, especially if you were going above and beyond for this person and you did everything you could, or you gave as much as you could. There's nothing you could have done different, and it's hard to know that. It's hard to hear that, but it's better than constantly replaying all these little moments, all these little memories in your head. What if I would have just did this? What if I would have just did that? What if I would? It's in the past, and it's tough. It's tough to know that it's in the past. But like I said, that was an old version of you. And you are now stepping into a new version of you. You're stepping into a new reality. And there's so much magic that is about to happen for you. If you just do the work, you put in the work. Like for instance, if I'm feeling sad, going through a breakup, I just picture myself being happy and over it. And what I'd be doing, how I'd be acting, but what would I be doing right now? And you can do things like that, and that'll help you just jump into that new reality that much quicker. So, one of the best ways to stop worrying about all these things is to start focusing on yourself. What's that passion you've always wanted to start? What's that hobby you've been wanting to start, or the hobbies you've been putting off? Whether it's working out or just do anything you enjoy doing, hanging out with friends. Maybe you haven't seen family in a while. Go do that. See, by doing this, you're creating all this new meaning because right now you're replaying all the old meaning you had with this person. It's making it hard to let go. Because you're like, well, this time was good, this time was good. There are a lot of bad times too. So you can't forget about bad times. So you need to create new meaning. And by creating new meaning within yourself, by focusing on hobbies, focusing on friends, family, things like that, now you've created a person that you love yourself so much that now a new person is just something to amplify the love you already feel, the love you already have for yourself. and you make yourself secure that way. So if this person leaves or this person plays games, you don't have a problem being like, no, I ain't gonna deal with this. I ain't gonna take this. I was happy. I was fine. I was doing great alone. I want to be a great partner for you, but if you're gonna play games, you're just not gonna love me the way I need to be loved. Then I can continue to be alone. I can continue to set boundaries and be happy alone. Be happy by myself. So just focus on yourself. Focus on creating love within yourself. One of the things I do is I just put my hands on my heart and I feel the warmth around my heart. And I feel that love and I just let that love radiate throughout me. And by doing that, I just notice more and more things every day of just love, everyday love, just interactions and encounters. You go to the grocery store and you bump into someone, you have a small conversation because you both go and grab the same thing in the aisle and you laugh and joke about little things like that. You start to notice all these little things, all these little joys of life. And the more you notice all these little joys, the more the universe is like, I'm gonna give you more, I'm gonna give you more, I'm gonna give you more, because you notice it. But if you're just living in worrying all the stuff, the universe will be like, oh, I'll give you something to worry about. You want to worry? I'll give you something to worry about. So just focus on yourself. Focus on that love within yourself. And believe me, you will get through this. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. But you got this. And the first step is to focus on yourself. I'm Brandon, and I take people from breakups to breakthroughs.